Assalamu alaikum ji everyone. So as to answer the query of one of the students in one of the sections, the student was asking to read this file. So he has sent this sample file to me just to show you the code that how he can read this file. So basically what he wants to achieve here is that he wants to read different data types, like he wants to read a string, then he wants to read an integer, then another string, then another integer, another string, and another integer. Okay, so of course I'm going to start from basic main program, and let me write the code. Okay, the sample code that was sent by the students look like this, where he actually wanted to read the lines separately by simply calling all the methods. So what you can do here is you can simply run this program by after applying the exception handling, of course. So it's asking you to apply the exception handling. So just surround with try catch and copy and paste all the code inside the try block. Now if I run this program and I get to see the output, so I can see that hi 49 a blank space and 104 is printed. So why this is happening? So for the first line I'm getting the response as hi. So let me just open the text file. So in the text file you can see that hi is mentioned there. For the second read call I'm printing 49. So 49 is the Unicode for 1, and then for the third read line I'm not getting anything, and this is because I'm actually getting the new line character which is actually being printed here, and that's a blank space. And then when I'm calling the fourth method, which is called the read method, I'm actually getting 104. So let me see, 104 is actually the Unicode of ASCII code. Sorry, it's the Unicode of H. What I can do is just to have a look, I can simply say character, and then I can simply I can simply typecast it into another character. And now if I run the program, I will see that hi 1 space and h is printed, and that's the small h that I'm actually having a look at. This is the small h that is actually being printed right now. So what he actually wanted to achieve was that with the first function call he wanted to print this, with the second one he wanted to print this, and with the third one he wanted to print this, with the fourth one he wanted to print this. So one thing that you must understand is either you are reading an integer or you're reading a string or whatsoever you're reading. First of all, you must decide this read line or read method is used for different purposes. So read line method reads the complete line and the read method reads a single character. But my advice to you here is that whether if you're reading a single character, in fact a single integer value, you should use the read line method. So you should be very consistent while you're reading using which type of method, that is either by character or by lines. So right now I want to read 4 lines with 4 different methods. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. In fact I have 5th and 6th line as well. So I can for you I can add these 2 more method calls. Well, otherwise you would be doing this in a loop. Of course I'm just demonstrating here by using in calling those methods manually in separate lines. Otherwise you really have to use a loop. So let me print it now. So what I'm going to get is exact text which is mentioned in the file. Now your question would be, sir, what if I want to read this second line as an integer? So guys, what you really have to do is instead of, for example, in that case you might not be printing, rather you would be storing them into some separate variables and then treating those variables. So what you can do is, for example, if you want to store this one into a string s1, then you can simply call this and store that in a string. That's it. and then if you want to read the second line, I can simply copy this code and read the second line and say this is S2. The point here is I really cannot cast this into an integer directly, because string is not normally converted into integers like that. Rather, we have a function. Using that function, I can say, for example, n1, this is my first number, and I can say, okay, fine, I want to convert, I would say, integer. Yeah, so it has the function called integer.parseInt, and I can pass s2. This n1 is a number now, and I can actually print this number if I want. So just to show you a demonstration, I can say this is s1 and this one is n1. So I'm actually printing that number, reading it from the file and printing it on the console. I can of course repeat this same stuff before I continue. So for example, I can say this is S3, which is again a line, and then this is S4, which is again a number. So I can copy this code and convert it into the second number and pass S4 here. So in this case, I'm actually going to print S3, which is a line, and then I'm going to print N2, which is a number, and I'm going to remove this print statement. And just to show you the demo, I will just run the code, and I will actually see that I'm getting hi, 1, how are you, and 2. So in this case, I'm reading different data types, converting them accordingly, and then printing them on the screen. So I hope this is clear enough, but I repeat once again, I have done this manually and written this code line by line. What you can do is you can automate this process with the use of the loop and adding your own logic for converting and printing the numbers, or maybe I don't want to print the numbers, I simply want to process them and pass them to some other function for some other purpose. So accordingly, as per your requirements and situation, you can write your code. Good luck. Thank you.